my favorite myth is ridiculous. I don't know if you've ever heard this one. This one ain't true. A lot of people would say if you smoke a lot of weed that, like, it will mess up your memory. That's bullshit, bro. I smoke weed. I remember shit all the time. I want to stop smoking weed because of the bullshit myths that they feed us.
Yo, I'm just watching some Facebook, and I just keep coming back to this where it's like when you start recording, you become this thing that needs to entertain. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no sense. Like, I wish it wasn't like that, but it is. And, you get in front of a camera and you're just like, yeah, bro, I have to start talking a bunch to make sure that these people are engaged in what I'm saying. And hopefully they don't get too bored or anything like that. Bro, I want to break that stigma. But unfortunately, I don't think that that's going to break anytime soon because like that's how we've been, you know, conditioned. So when people get in front of cameras, they're making money. You know what I mean? So now we've been taught our whole lives that, hey, yo, if you get in front of a camera, you got to do something. And like what you're doing, you could do the most ridiculous shit just to be interesting enough for people to watch your stuff and be entertained by you, and hopefully like they'll stay and they'll let you stay in front of a camera for the rest of your life. And like I think I'm already there. You know what I mean? Like because I got famous when I was 21 years old. And after I got famous, it's like the world was like, bro, we got to give you your props. See, nobody else is going to give you your props because nobody knows what's going on. Like, nobody's going to believe you even when you say it. Like, even when you say it, it's just going to be passed off like it's not important. Like, you need a full team behind you, bro. Like, you deserve this. And what happened was, I just talked about this. The four people that invested in me when I was 20 to 21 years old, it was it was crazy. I was actually 20 years old, I think. Did I have my birthday at that time? I can't remember. But I had my birthday and I don't remember if I had it before or after. Let's just say before. So I was 20 years old and all these people wanted to invest in me. And I was just so blown out there that I wasn't even paying attention. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, bro, you want to what? Like for what, bro? But I'm gonna pause um this recording. I think I could really do this, guys. All right, so you're asking me like, why do you want to? Why do you want to do this? Do you really think that you can do it? I think I can do it my own way. Yes, definitely, definitely think I could do it my own way. But I think I deserve it. After all the work that I put in. But now it's just like an uphill battle, and I don't want it to feel like an uphill battle. I really hope that it's not an uphill battle because if it's an uphill battle, it feels like I did nothing, but I'm in the battle. You know what I mean? Like it feels like you did nothing. Like you're told this command. They're like, go take the hill. And you're like, what are you talking about? And they're like, go take the hill. And the only reason why they're giving you that command is because they believe that you are the only one that can do it. You know what I mean? So that's what the position that I'm put in. It's like, bro, you're already famous. Just go fight uphill. And I'm just like, bro, I don't want to fight uphill. I'm lazy as balls. Like why do I have to fight uphill? And they're like, just do it, bro, because we know that you can do it and nobody else can do it. And it's annoying watching the same people do the same thing over and over again. Like they do nothing for us. They do absolutely nothing for us. Like I'm sitting here, I'm listening to Future, and Travis Scott and everybody, and I'm just like, thanks for the music, really, thanks for the music, but you're not doing anything else though. And I know it sounds like I'm just complaining, but it's because I really feel like I can make a difference. I was just thinking of something real quick about how, what was I thinking about? I was thinking about how if you do get famous, right, and you do get a lot of money, what if you let that fame, what if you let that money trickle down into the economy? What if you actually let it trickle down into the economy instead of what these people will become? They become plugs. They're just plugs. And they get so high up that they start just not relating with us anymore. And we keep them up there because we don't know anything, we don't know any better. You know what I mean? And the only reason why we celebrate them or give them anything is because they stay up there. You know what I mean? But what if you actually let it trickle down? What if you allowed it to trickle down? And what if you allowed these people to feel what they want to feel? Like if I was an artist, what would I do? I would definitely spread out money as much as possible because like the whole thing about getting money is the chase. So you get rid of the chase when you're already up top. You know what I mean? And there's no love in it. It's just like, oh, I finally got up top. Now I want to stay up here. I'm not gonna help anybody else out because why should I? Type shit. But I want to let that money trickle down into society because you kind of have to. You know what I mean? You're already doing it, and if you just end up being a big spender, you end up going bankrupt or something like that. But we need someone that could do it in a smart way. I think we haven't found anybody that's able to do it. Like kings and queens, they haven't been able to do it. That's why they get overthrown. That's why you don't see kings and queens anymore. It nobody believes in them. They're hard to believe in. They're hard to believe in because nothing changes. They get to power and things start moving slowly, slowly, slowly. Nobody really has any ideas. Everybody's too scared to talk about anything. Like buying affordable housing. You know what I mean? Like that's something smart. I think 50 Cent did that. I forgot who did that. Somebody bought affordable housing for the poor people because you have these millionaires that are buying up land and they're building these apartments that require you to pay like $2,000. Why aren't we like China? Why aren't we doing that where we lessen the square footage, but we make the apartment cheaper too as well? Like the apartment doesn't need to be that big. Like I'm just trying to think. Like I don't think anybody else is thinking. Like nobody wants to do it. They're like, you know what? It's already small enough. We don't need to make it any smaller. And I was like, nah, bro, it's not. It's not that. It's really big, in fact. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in a small place and I felt so free. And if I had the financial freedom that I had with that apartment, you would see so much stuff happening, so much stuff happening. And it's like, well, you're just going to see more crime. And it's like, you just have no hope. It's just like you just have no hope because you can't get anywhere with these people the way that they talk. It's like if we give poor people more freedom, all they'll do is more crimes. And if we make these places cheaper for these people, you'll just have more crime come into your city. So we need to make sure that they are able to get into a relationship. If they're not able to get in a relationship, we penalize them. That's essentially what happens. Because if you're not able to get into a relationship, they think that you are some type of threat. You're a threat. Either you get into a relationship or you give up, because you need to make I think it was $60,000 a year. You need to make $60,000 a year. But I'm going to pause right here because I don't know if this is recording or not. So I'm going to double check. I have to go to command control.